I want to tackle what I see as the arch enemy of music, the nemesis of music, of good music for people with dementia. Let's turn off the TVs. Let's turn off the TVs. I don't care about the carbon tax. I don't care about boats. Let's turn off the TVs. I think it's a huge shame that televisions are so prolific and prominent in aged care services all over the country. They can be convenient, but I think they mainly miss the mark. And I think one of the stereotypical images of nursing homes that form in the minds of many people when they think of nursing homes is rows of people lined up in front of the idiot box. And that's just sad. So I say, turn them off. Turn them off. It's going to be my slogan for the next year. Turn them off. Now, why do I find TVs in nursing homes so displeasing? First of all, I think they're rarely used in a way that respects the person and individual choice. They can be, but I think mainly they're not. In the public areas of an aged care service, who chooses what channel or program to watch? Who chooses when it's turned on? Who chooses when it's turned off? Who chooses if it's played loudly or softly? Staff? Family member? Resident? Go on, you know it's the staff. Even if we're talking about a private television in someone's room, I think it's questionable to say that all residents, and particularly residents with dementia, exercise choice. Now, there's one resident of a nursing home whom I visit who has dementia and is in his 90s. He receives absolutely marvellous care. However, I walked into his room the other day, the TV was on, and there was an afternoon quiz show on. You know, I reckon, and I know this bloke, I reckon in all of his 90 plus years, he would never, ever have watched a game show. Ever. Not once. So are we caring for the individual person in that regard? Second, how appropriate is TV for the older person with dementia who have ageing eyes? It's got to be actually pretty difficult to see. Close to a third, about 30% of people over the age of 80 are visually impaired, and if they're 90, it's 40%. Half of them are blind. If around a third of people have trouble seeing and still more difficulty in judging depth and visual perception because of dementia, why do we actually plonk them in front of TVs? Even if you have 20/20 vision, television so easily drifts into the background and it just becomes noise. It's not soothing, it's not calming, it's not even particularly entertaining. It certainly doesn't contribute to the atmosphere or to social engagement. In fact, it can actually promote confusion and anxiety. Let's turn off the TVs. But if we turn them off, what's the alternative? I'd like to suggest that music must have a big role in aged care. Now, it may not be rock and roll, and it probably just at the moment might not be Red Hot Chili Peppers, Black Eyed Peas, I don't know. You know, it might not even be the music that staff like. It might be classical music, might be jazz, it might even be Frank Sinatra. When I say music, I don't just mean a group of residents parked around a piano for a sing-along. That could be fine. And I don't just necessarily mean bunging on a CD. At times it may be appropriate to have sing-alongs and gently playing background music in common areas, absolutely. But that's not all there is to music in aged care. I think there's great value and potential in developing individualised and personal music programs. Music taste can vary widely. Just think about what your children are listening to, or your partner, or your parents. There's something profoundly reassuring and comforting and listening to your music, the music that you like, the music that you wind down to or party to. Music is powerful, and it continues, as Mary said earlier, to resonate even in spite of cognitive impairment.